You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME get you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a...
They're in a set position. Guns off. We are off. Here we go. Out of in the middle of the track, rolling right now. Looks like it might be Michael Kish. Mr. Kish. Shore AC's Michael Kish. 13:47.
For an IT guy, your internet does not like our virtual studio.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What's going on, Falcon?
Oh, I mean, hey.
I swear every week, I'm not going to obsess, but you freeze all the time. But you're an IT guy. Oh, what? Okay, yeah. I haven't seen this beer. What are you drinking?
Huh? Oh, this one is called the Cakewalk. It's a vanilla cream ale from Right Brain Brewery, which is a brewery up in Traverse City, Michigan.
I don't think I've seen that one in your hands before. I got the Old Faithful, the Guinness.
Ah, yeah.
Did you see the opening video?
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? A 13.47 100 meter at 70 years old?
At 70 years old. So
that is ridiculous.
So backstory, I had a tennis match last night. On paper, we were outmanned and we won, and it's probably the best round of tennis I've played in my life. But this morning, my ankles were cracking and creaking, and I could barely get down the stairs. And I'm getting ready for the show, and I see a 70-year-old running a sub 14-second 100-yard dash. I'm like, okay, I'm a nobody. Or not a 100-yard dash, whatever it was, but
100 meter. It was a 100 meter. Yeah. That's a standard one. I mean, you couldn't have done that when you were 17 anyway. So,
no. Well, that's true. I ran a 4.7. I ran a 4.7 40. I was a guard playing quarterback. Give me a break, Gary.
Hey, no, I know. You were that wasn't what you were known for. You were known for all the other shit. You were super athletic. He could jump. He had the strength.
Cannon.
He had a cannon for an arm. Yeah. There's only one guy that threw harder. There's only one guy that threw harder than you that I ever had to receive a ball from, and that was the varsity quarterback at Heidelberg. He just threw piss missiles, and that's all there was to it. Outside of that, no other quarterback threw harder.
Piss missile. I knew a guy like that once. Hey,
that's what she said.
You got your regalia on. We got a big one. I'm going to be in your building tomorrow night. I'm going to take the long drive up your way tomorrow. We got a big one tomorrow. If you want to,
yes, sir,
tout it. I mean, we're live. So we're live on Roku, Fire TV, YouTube, and X. But if you want to comment, you got to comment via YouTube and X. What are we going to watch tomorrow night in person?
We're going to watch tomorrow night. I don't know. We got so my son Alex. He's a sophomore for Salem High School up here in up in Canton, Michigan. The Anyway, so he's on varsity this year. Him and four other sophomores. They have 12 seniors. This is the first time the school has made it to the Final Four.
The Frozen Four, baby.
Frozen Four. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a really big thing. Those that I don't know, those that know about Michigan and how big high school hockey is here. It's going to be a special weekend. So if they actually can win tomorrow night, then the state championship game will be Saturday night.
I love it. Can't wait. I haven't seen your son play in a couple years. Before we get into it, our friend of the network, Kai, the goalie, has a special cause. Go to 12ouncesports.com/cancer. I know they've raised a couple $1,000 since he appeared on 12 Ounce Sports, so good for him. Good little kid there. Actually, Michael Carvelis is going to meet him Saturday night in Georgia at the Georgia Swarm lacrosse game. Michael's going to be interviewed on the Saskatchewan Rush radio network during halftime. He's going to get us some live video footage on 12 Ounce Sports of the press conference. So, yeah, Michael's pretty excited. We're getting you and I, thanks to you and I in Montana, we're getting Michael out of the basement once in a while.
That's amazing. And now, is Michael going to be actually interviewing? Is he going to be doing a bunch of interviews himself and that sort of thing?
Well, he's going to the press conference, so we'll see if he asks a question.
Is he going in on a press pass or?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. That's awesome.
The league representative of the National Lacrosse League, even he couldn't wait to tell me on the phone tonight that she said, "Oh yeah, I watch your show from time to time." So there you go.
That's all. I didn't know all that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Falcon, if you had a quarterback, if you're a GM and you had a quarterback that's barely played over the last 2 years, has sexual assault, I think, allegations, and has crushed your cap space, would you give him a bonus?
I mean, why not?
So,
I mean, at this point, who the fuck cares?
I mean, the Browns are so mismanaged. Now, in the Browns defense, they're doing this to open up cap space because they were one of like 5 teams that had negative cap space.
You know what they were at?
What's that?
Do you know what they were at?
Like minus 50 some million, I think.
No, it was negative 33 at the last count. And then when they did this deal, that relieved $35 million. So now they have $2 million. I think they're $2 million on the positive right now.
Well, we can we don't have to do the guesswork. The move helps Cleveland get cap compliant ahead of the new league year.
Yeah.
The Browns were $23.2 million over the salary cap prior to the restructure. So what they're doing is they've kind of reallocated the money. So instead of future money, it now becomes a bonus. But it's just to me, and yeah, you were right on the 35. It's 35.8 million in cap space that they created. But you have a guy that's not really winning you games. He's got more allegations.
Yep.
I understand. I mean, what do you do? I mean,
well, I mean that's the problem, right? Is if they were just to release him or trade him or whatever this last year, it would have there would have been a residual hit for like $70 million over each of the next 2 years. Is what the cap, and that's in dead cap space, right? That's just gone out of your fucking cap. That's huge.
And let's be honest, nobody was going to trade for him.
No, I mean the only way they would have done that is kind of like when was that when the Browns did that trade and they took on the salary basically and cut him.
Oh, I don't know what player. We have a little bit of breaking
from San Francisco. It was we just ate all the cap space because cap money and whatever, and then we got draft picks out of it.
Right. Well, I mean, we don't know who it is, but a little bit of breaking news: the Houston Texans just acquired wide receiver Christian Kirk from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Interesting.
For the
How'd that
Jags.
go down?
For the Jags 2026 7th round pick. That's a weird trade there. So
Wow, that's
yeah.
I mean, that's a good trade for Houston.
Yeah, so look at that trade. They get Christian Kirk
Yeah,
for a 7th round pick. You're telling me the Browns couldn't like basically just deal Watson somewhere?
well, and who knows? I mean,
That
again,
tells you how bad the deal was that the Browns made that nobody wants it.
dude, it
What
is awful. Well, and then you got Myles Garrett wanting to get a trade and all that sort of stuff, but that sounds like that's going to be fine now because well, we're going to make him the highest paid player, and well, on defense, so that kind of makes sense. But where are they going to get the money?
Right. Where are they going to get the money? And I also heard that if we did have to deal with Myles Garrett, that we'd get like 2 first rounders and a second rounder. So I
Yeah, but
mean,
here's the cap hit on him is even worse, or it's just about
yeah,
as bad as Watson. I mean, it's like $40 million each of the next 2 years or whatever it is. It's pretty bad.
it's mismanaged, and we're going to get into that a little bit later when we go into the NBA talk about what just happened with all these GMs, this modern day sports, like these decisions where I think they have bottomless pockets. Like this is a historically bad deal the Browns made,
Oh,
and
horrible.
and they're hemorrhaging money. They're way over the cap space, and now they got to give this guy a bonus to basically not play. I don't.
Hey, and then on top of that, you have an owner who wants to move them out of the city into a two or $3 billion new facility and make the taxpayers pay for half of it when he's sitting over there making money hand over fist. Like all this is just mind blowing to me.
Yeah. The Browns are a shit show. Yeah, he wants to. I mean, I was going to make a joke. Who doesn't want to move to the suburbs after you've been in the city for a little while? But yeah, they want the taxpayers to pay for it. Meanwhile, Jimmy Haslam, he partly got rich by duping his vendors with Pilot J,
Right.
and now he wants to move to the suburbs. Where I mean, the stadium's not even that old. And then he made this historically bad deal. So I don't know. I mean,
Well,
and
guess what? That's why both the coach and the GM still have jobs is because the owner is the one that made them make this deal. I guarantee it. I mean, guarantee it.
I mean, how else would have Haslam gotten rich other than being a shyster? Because he doesn't seem to be too smart, at least with the football team. But
oh my God. Yeah.
Hey, did you see? I was kind of against this at the beginning, but it's growing on me a little bit. I like the human element of sports, but apparently robot umps are working. And I'm going to show you a graphic here with the robot umps. I got to take the banner off here. This is just in spring training because they've introduced the robot umps this year. So you could see historically, incorrect balls, incorrect strikes, total incorrect. It's dropping because, and the nice thing I like about this, I want to get your opinion on, do you like robot referees? But we use it in a sense in every sport. I mean, soccer, I remember our mutual friend was telling me they review soccer plays in real time. They don't even stop the game until they realize maybe the call was wrong. Baseball is kind of doing the same thing. It's almost like an instant, like the ump will call ball. I saw it actually on TV in a highlight. The ump will call a ball or strike. The batter can point to the ump and like immediately he'll know if he was right or wrong. And look, they're getting a lot of calls right now. I mean, do you like that element? I didn't at first.
Okay. So the traditionalist in me, looked at it and goes, eh. But the other side of it is, if you could do this and then you end up doing like robot, like refs in the NFL, and you could actually like get correct calls every freaking time and take that part out of the game that sometimes decides the games. I mean, there's something to be said about that because then you got to play within the confines of the rules all the time. And the rules do matter.
Here's the problem with robot refs in football. So soccer, it's either out of bounds or not. It's either in the goal or not. Baseball, it's baseball. It's either in the strike zone or it's not. Football, what's the old saying? You could call holding every play. A robot's not going to know this is not the right time to call holding. I don't know if it'd work in football. Now they are.
No, what I'm saying is for certain calls, maybe, right? You have to be very specific about them, right?
Well,
maybe it's I'm just saying
I was going to say we talked about it last week. They are kind of implementing AI into football next year with the first downs.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is correct. So that's a good example. I mean, another one that might be a great example is whether you caught the freaking ball with 2 feet in bounds. That seems to like mystify every ref and every replay. That is one of the most inconsistent calls ever in football. And to me, if you have the AI and the angles and all the cameras and all that shit, they should be able to figure that shit out better than a human.
Yes.
But those are the types of things. I agree with you on the other stuff. Yeah, whether it's a hold or not a hold or whatever. Yeah, I get all that. Like, I'm totally with you. Yeah, you'd have to fine tune it in football, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, football is kind of a weird sport when it comes to refereeing because there's some nuance to making the call.
Correct.
And again, a robot ref or an AI ref is going to see holding every play, and we're gonna have holding called. Yeah,
I agree. But if we could clean up and get consistent on a couple of these things that seem to bring, you know what I mean? Like the biggest discrepancies with winning and losing games sometimes I think comes down. I mean, how many big time games with the incorrect call, whether they caught it, didn't catch it, inbounds, maybe even pass interference and critical plays to see who's really pushing off and doing whatever. Like that's a possibility as well. I think there's a play.
Well,
that's another game. That's another call that really could change the outcome of the game, especially in the NFL because of the ball spot on a pass interference.
Well, if you want the robots to determine if it was a call or not in the NFL is going to determine what the hell is a catch in the first place. Yeah, they don't even know, what a catch is at this point. Hey, right. I don't know. You probably didn't see this one. This is kind of an obscure headline, but I'm wondering, can Dana White rejuvenate boxing? And I actually thought of you when we were talking about this in my professional office about this headline, because I was thinking back to when a young Falcon and Gamble fella used to be able to tune in on national TV and watch Sugar Ray, Hagler, people like that. And we were saying at the office, like, I couldn't even name 5 boxers right now. And to be honest, the reason this is a topic is because I probably couldn't name 5 current top UFC fighters. So I don't know, can Dana White actually fix this? Because boxing is a great sport, I think, and should be mainstream.
Yes.
But Dana White's view of, we'll do the prelims on ESPN, but then you got to pay $99.99 to watch the actual fight. And they're on, I had a friend at work say, they're on UFC 6,522. Like, do you think Dana White, under the current UFC model, can actually rejuvenate boxing, or is this maybe a bad team to team up with?
I don't know. I mean, look at what he's done for. I mean, look at UFC, right? I mean, that's a pretty good model, right? It basically took over for boxing, and I never thought that would happen. Honestly, I way back when at first, but then as I noticed some of my friends really getting into it, I was like, oh, this is actually going to be pretty fucking big, and it turned out it's pretty fucking big. So,
yeah, I mean, it is.
I mean, I'm just saying he's had to tweak shit along the way and whatever. So I'm guessing he's one of those. He'll make it work. You got to remember, Rogan will probably be a part of that too in some way, shape, or form. If he needs like phone a friend or whatever. He's so big that he can get all the help he needs. I'm telling you, I think it'll rejuvenate it.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of had a little bit of a leveling off on, I did a quick Google search here, a little bit of a leveling off on revenue. They had
boxing.
UFC.
Oh, UFC. Okay.
They had a weird explosion in like the early 2000s where they
Yeah.
had a 1700% increase. 2023 they brought in 1.3 bill, which was a 13% increase from 2022, and then last year they had 1.4 bill, so not a huge increase.
Yeah.
And
A
again,
little bit flatter.
they're on the mostly pay-per-view model. Like, if people aren't watching boxing now, because I mean, quite honestly, UFC's got the boxing element, but then you bring in the grappling element. That's kind of why it's become more
Yes.
popular than boxing itself.
Yes.
So that's kind of my question. What just happened? Is Dana White going to make boxing go all pay-per-view too? Because people aren't really watching it now. I don't think that's going to work. I'm not trying to tell him how to run his business.
So is that the proposal that he's going to have pay-per-view for boxing?
Well, that hasn't been confirmed. It's just
Then what I'm going to say is if I were him, I would start out with no pay-per-view at all in boxing and build it up and get it to a point where it makes it maybe make some rule changes. Maybe there's some changes that you can come up with that you can think of that you could just make it enhance the sport more and bring it, into the modern day and get some excitement around it and make it a differentiator of UFC, right? It's boxing. There's a whole different perspective on it. Then get into the whole mental aspect and market that. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure he's a brilliant business dude.
Yeah. So just to be clear, he's not like buying out a current boxing federation.
Oh.
Him and this Saudi, which the Saudis are getting really involved in sports. It's called sports washing, by the way, where you dump billions and maybe even trillions of dollars into sports. They started with Live Golf to kind of gain favor from the general public for the human atrocities you commit. So the Saudis are getting really involved in sports. So this Alal Sheikh is partnering with the UFC's Dana White, and they're going to launch a boxing promotion. But what I learned from Live Golf is they're probably going to try to lure the big names in boxing to their boxing promotion with big money payouts to try to overtake and become the main boxing hub.
Yeah.
How to do it? I don't know how they're going to do it. And nobody said they're going to do pay-per-view only or whatever, but I'm just, again, I want to reiterate, people aren't really watching boxing as heavily as they used to, because you can watch UFC and watch two guys go to the ground, get in chokeholds, get in arm bars.
But once you start pumping that kind of money in there, and there's like basically he's probably just gonna be like, you know what, I'll pump a bunch out there just to get the interest going. You get that prize money up there, you're gonna end up seeding it to where there's gonna be a lot more interest because the prize money is gonna be huge and the fights are gonna be bigger because it is money. Let's face it, money talks, right?
True. Always has, always will.
Right.
Oh boy. We got a lot of topics tonight. I thought they were going to be quick. I hope we don't go over.
If we don't get it through them all, that whatever, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Question for you. I'm choking on my own self. Does FIFA really need a halftime show? So it just came out that FIFA wants to stage a Super Bowl style halftime show during the 2026 World Cup final. I have an issue with the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's not who the artist is or did it make sense, or my issue with it is during the regular season and the playoffs, the players have a 15-minute halftime period. Okay. Yep. So they can relatively stay warm. They go and adjust real quick, come back out, warm back up. In the Super Bowl, they got to wait like a half hour, 40 minutes to come back out. They tighten up. They kind of lose their momentum.
Yep.
I would think this is even bigger in soccer when you're virtually just running the entire game. And if you're going to have like a 40-minute halftime, like you're going to have to pretty much prepare for two games that night, the first half and the second half. I don't think this is a good idea.
So my question is, and because I don't know the answer, and I'm interested. How long is a normal halftime? Because I know it's 2 45-minute halves, right? So how long is a typical halftime? Is it like 20 minutes or something?
I think it's less than that.
Oh,
Length of FIFA half times. Let's see. We're
huh,
gonna search it right. We got the world at our fingertips.
that's right.
15 minutes, just like football.
Okay, so there you go. So yeah, if you're now sitting 3 times longer than what you're used to, and you're running the whole time, so your body's always warm, like semi-warm, right? This is it's gonna cool some people off. Well, you know what? They'll just get them on bikes, some stationary bikes and stuff like that. Whatever. They'll loosen up, get warmed up. Take your
That's
15 minutes, and then you just have to like basically do a workout, a light workout.
I think this is, in my opinion, in my humble opinion,
Yeah.
I think this is a marketing ploy to
Of course it is.
get the fringe / casual / probably wouldn't watch this game
Yep.
if Kendrick Lamar wasn't the halftime, and it takes away from the authenticity. It takes away from the players working this hard to get to the final. I don't like it. I'm just not a big fan of it.
I'm not a big, so I'm not a big whatever. So like soccer's whatever to me. Like sometimes I've seen some, it's interesting. Most of the time it's not, whatever. It just is what it is. So for me, somebody like me like that, I would probably tune in and watch the final because of, not necessarily because of the halftime show, because it would be a lot bigger and it would be a little bit more interesting. So it may end up drawing me into liking soccer more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I'm coming from that perspective. I know you're much bigger in tune with soccer than I am.
Well, a friend of mine once said, "You just love all sports," and I do. I think soccer is a beautiful game, and they call it the beautiful game. But I have a novel idea. Why can't we do why couldn't Kendrick Lamar come out before the Super Bowl kickoff?
Oh yeah. See,
Why does it have to be a halftime?
That's actually a better idea.
He could go an hour. He could have a full hour then.
Oh yeah, totally. Or you could do You could do a multi-set. You could do
same field.
Yep.
Same crowd.
Yep.
Just at the beginning of the game, and then the teams come out and kick off.
That's actually super smart, because then from that point on, after you have that, then it's like, oh, cool, you got this huge thing. It'll pump up the game or whatever. Now you're getting the fans really pumped. They get a show ahead of the game. They're pumped. It's going to pump the stadium up even more probably. And then you just get out there, and then you get in the flow of the game, of a normal game all the way through. I love it. I actually love that.
And if the NFL is going to argue, or FIFA is going to argue, well, then we're going to lose viewers once the concert's over. The numbers already proved you lost viewers after the halftime show anyway. So why alter how the sport is played by making a very long, prolonged halftime?
No, I got it. It's perfect. You know how a Super Bowl party goes when you're out there, just friends and family / couples, whatever. Dude, the ones that are just not into football, they'll watch the halftime show and the commercials, and that's all they're in, whatever. Let them do that at the beginning, the casual fan, whatever. They get to see get to see the artist, whatever, maybe some commercials. And then the true football fans or whatever can then just watch the rest of the game. They can go on and just do their own thing at the party while we're watching the game. And that's all good.
Yeah, I think it should be at the beginning of the game.
It works out great, I think.
Hey, we brought up GMs because the Browns clown show that they're running up there in Berea. Did the Mavs general manager Nico Harrison ruin the franchise long term? Dude, they got some extra bad news. Not only are the Lakers on a heater, and you never walk away from a heater, they just lost Kyrie Irving for the rest of the year. So if the Mavs were a stock, you would sell now, because they're going to dip hard.
Oh, they are.
Let me pull this up for you, Falcon. The Lakers have moved up to second place in the league. They're on a 7-game win streak. The Mavs are now in the final playoff spot, when they were firmly in a playoff spot at 7 before the trade. They've lost 3 in a row, and they just lost their superstar. This may go down.
And the guy they traded for, he was out for how long?
Anthony Davis played 3 quarters for the Mavs. of the first game. He was actually having a great game and took, I think, not an ACL. That was Kyrie, but he took an injury and hasn't played since. I mean, this could be a historically bad NBA trade at the end of this.
Dude, I feel bad for Mavs fans, buddy. I mean, I really do.
So my question is, so there was rumors that, and you could see video maybe backing this up, that Nico Harrison kind of made this personal because he didn't appreciate that Doncic likes drinking beer when they're not during a game, obviously, and like to hit the hookah. But can you, I mean, if you're a general manager of a basketball team, you're saying, I got this guy that nobody can seem to really stop. Okay, I don't like what he's doing off the court, but it's not illegal.
Right.
He's not, it's not like Deshaun Watson where he's doing illegal activity. Like, do I really want to make this trade? I mean, he has completely ruined the Mavericks franchise. They showed the game the other day.
How old is he? Is he 24, 25?
Oh, no, Doncic?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's he's in his 20s, but let me bring.
He's like 24 or 25. He's like mid-20s at most.
I'm going to pull it up here. He is
24?
Why can't I get it to show up immediately? Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry, folks.
Hey. Talk amongst yourselves. It's all
Sorry,
right.
Mom. Sorry, Mom, our one viewer. 26. He's 26 years old.
Okay. So he's just getting into his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally.
Well, we're going to talk.
27 is the beginning.
Well, we have a new ceiling on the prime. We're going to get to that in two subjects.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I just historically bad. And so my question to what just happened is, are these modern day GMs, which are a generation younger than us,
yep,
are they trying to reinvent the wheel? Is this part of maybe the whole Moneyball analytics thing? Like, are they trying to overthink this? Like, your eyes, your ears, your heart, your senses say this guy is awesome. Like, what would make you want to trade him? He drinks a beer after the game. Like, I feel like they're doing this new age thing where they think they've created a new way of doing things and they're just making terrible deals.
I don't know. All I have to say is thank goodness the Cavs have a great GM, because like they made the trade of like the best trade that they could have possibly made. Sorry, this is going off the topic, but we got to throw the flare in.
No,
there,
it's kind of on topic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, what is he shot? He shot 53% from 3-point land since coming to the Cavs from the Hawks, right? And on top of that, he's been closing out majority of the games while what's his name has been sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Crap. Help me out here.
What do you mean help you out?
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Anyways, yeah.
Sorry. I'm 2.5 beers in now. Now it's going to get crazy. No, actually, after the break, we're going to have some more fun. I loaded the front end with more sports talk. We're going to have a little more fun on the back end. But yeah, I feel like guys like you and I in our like early 50s, barely 50, we don't have the credentials, but I think we've seen the 80s, the 90s, the modern day athlete. I feel like we could tell who's good and who's not better than these younger GMs. No offense, but they're just making these trades and these deals that make you scratch your head. And it's like, are they like looking at some weird algorithm? Like, why are they making these terrible decisions?
Yeah, I don't get it. Oh, anyways, so that was Jared Allen. Jared Allen has been sitting a lot in the fourth, and he's been taking it like a champ. Like, he hasn't complained at all. I guess he just goes out there and plays even harder the rest of the game because he knows it puts him in the better position, because they picked him up why they picked him up was because he's a wing. He's a big wing defenseman, and that's what that's a huge thing that they're missing.
That is personal attitude and coaching. Now, if the GM somehow discovered that before going and getting him, then you could credit the GM, but you might want to credit Jared Allen for having that team oriented personality, and the coach maybe coaching him into that.
Well, I would agree with all that, but I would also say their GM has done over his whole career, if you look at it, the whole span of his career, I would say he's been a pretty consistently good GM overall.
Well, maybe he spotted something in Jared Allen that he thought,
right.
well, he would make a good role player. He's not going to fuss and whine like the modern athlete likes to do.
Right, but it's more like Jared Allen's still the man, and they're still going to run that. They're still going to run that 2 center one there, but they need their coach already said he's trying different lineups the rest of the season because he wants to try different stuff to see what works and what doesn't work. Because he has to try all those lineups because you're going to run up to all kinds of different stuff in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this has been a miracle. Like they came out of nowhere. Like, I mean, I knew they were going to be pretty good, but I didn't think they're going to be like unstoppable good. I mean, they are ridiculous.
So I had a bunch of topics about these modern day GMs because I said the Jets' brilliant plan backfires only after 2 years. Aaron Rodgers is on his way out. They just dumped Devontae Adams after 1 year. Like they can't. Falcon, they tried to trade him. Nobody wanted him. Like the Jets might be just as bad as the Browns when it comes to running these teams. So I had a very heavy front end crap on modern day GMs. A little bit more positive note. I know this kind of stings us a little bit, but LeBron breaks the record with 50,000 combined points. Here was the record breaker. Of course, Doncic is in on it, but I mean, it's kind of nice to see Akron kid. I know he dicked us over, but he did get us. But he did get us a title, so you can't be too mad.
He kept his word. So, I mean, what he did the first time was shitty. How he left the second time, I was okay with. But the first time obviously was one of the worst moments ever.
Yeah, the taking my talents to South Beach. I said,
I was like, get bent, dude. I was so pissed.
I said, I'm never going to root for this dude again. But then he came back and won us a title. So the question, what just happened is, we're watching a 40-year-old do this. I had a graphic. I didn't upload it, but he's averaging mid to high 20s, and he's 40 years old. He's averaging basically the same as he was averaging when he was 20.
This last month since the trade, he's been averaging almost a triple-double at 40.
Yeah. At 40 years old.
At 40 years old. Are you kidding me?
I would like to reiterate, I played amateur but competitive tennis last night at 51, and my ankles sounded like glass being broken as I walked down the steps this morning. Just saying.
Dude, and you know what's even more ridiculous about that is if you found the clip, I just saw it the other day. He just did the patented come from behind and pinned it up against the backboard shit at 40. And this guy was like 22. He's like, yeah, bro, what are you doing? Like grandpa fucking LeBron's up there just fucking pinning shit. Are you kidding me?
It's insane. Hey, we have some fun stuff on the back end. We do have to go to a break, but I just wanted to say fear the mullet. This is some defense right here. You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME get you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like them.
I don't know what's going on.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Falcon, I don't know what's going on. Did anything like freeze on your end? Did you hear the song freeze or anything?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the broadcast is frozen up a little bit over here and there, not much.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I saw you taking calls backstage. My browser was freezing. I mean, it's a nightmare.
Wait, was I on the air?
No.
While I was on the phone?
No, sir. I am the producer. I can see you backstage.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
don't pick your nose or something worse.
anyways. Yeah, my son called. So he was USA Hockey Arena. The Division II semifinals were tonight. The first game was Flint Powers. They're a powerhouse in Division II, private school in Flint. They beat Granville 4-3. Our team played Granville about 3 weeks ago and beat them by 3 goals. So I think our boys are going to be ready tomorrow.
Well, folks, if you tuned in for the Michigan High School Hockey Report, you just got it. Hey, are these the best hockey seats ever? This is the fun half of the show, okay? No, less serious talk, more fun. Are these the best hockey seats ever? I mean, I kind of want to sit there.
Oh, dude, yes. Those are the best.
How badass is that?
Is that Minnesota? No,
Yeah.
where is that?
It's Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I think that's like
awesome.
I think that's like the high school state championship. Like,
That's
can we
amazing.
get like seats like that for your son's game tomorrow night?
Yeah, I wish. That'd be amazing. If they had it available, I'd be down. I'd be like, yeah, let's get it. Might have cost us a pretty penny, but hey.
That's a beautiful thing. Falcon, I made a topic. It's called More Hockey Fights. There's no commentary needed. I like watching hockey fights. So I thought this was in the NHL last night, Vancouver and Anaheim. Again, I'm freezing. Are you watching it in real time?
Yeah, it's freezing.
Yeah, what the heck's going on, Google? I'm in Chrome. This is a good fight here.
Yeah, it is. If we get a nice stream going here.
Jump on top.
All right. We got some hugs going.
My internet is firing on all cylinders. I checked it in real time, so it's just the browser. But all right, there you go. That was it. More hockey fight. I just like talking hockey fights.
Yes, sir.
We're on the back end. We're on the home stretch. Are these the greatest team managers ever? We'll talk team managers after this, but look at these guys for a high school hockey team. This is the team managers. This is epic here. You know what that's from? Do you know what that's from?
Is that from Willy Wonka?
No. Wait a minute. You don't know what that's from? Lloyd Christmas? Dumb and Dumber?
Oh my God, it is. Oh my God.
You didn't know that?
I forgot about that. My bad. Oh wow, that's a great
I
movie. I
can't
haven't seen it in a while.
I can't believe you didn't recognize that's Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we had some characters in school. Some team manager characters. I remember Mr. Fallett. He was fun.
Yeah, Jeff Fallon. He was great though. He was always he did he loved his job. There were some
He
people that were
loved
kind of mean to him.
well, there were, but me, Grant, Nick, you,
Yeah,
we
well, I was
stuck up
cool.
for him. But he loved to sing. He loved to sing Casanova. I ain't macho Casanova.
Is he still? Do you know if he's still alive or?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's like,
Where's he live down your way or?
I think in the hometown. Yeah, I think
Okay,
so. Yeah.
cool. I want to go see him sometime. I think that'd be kind of fun.
All right, Falcon. These are just a series of epic fails. This is just for fun, and then we'll make fun of ourselves afterwards. I hope it doesn't freeze up. I don't know what's going on with the browser right now. I'm going to close everything just so this doesn't fail because this is a good video. This is called Epic Fails Just for Fun. This is my favorite. Oh my God! Were you able to see it?
Not really.
Grandma fell on her face.
Oh, poor Granny. Did she end up breaking a hip?
Oh geez, come on now. You brought me down to 0.
I'm sorry. I mean, I feel bad. Like poor grandma, dude.
What just happened? I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why all the videos are freezing. This is annoying right now. I'm getting pissed. All right. 2 more fun videos, and then we have a topic at the end that's going to take us right to the end of the show. This is one of my, and again, these are all freezing. I have no idea why. Maybe I'll remove some things from the studio.
Can I request at the very end of our show that I get 30 seconds to play the end of a video to show my son's goal?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's from a Michigan high school broadcast. So they have a broadcast show. So
to quote Michael Scott, absolutely. This is possibly my favorite free throw distraction.
That's amazing.
He missed the foul shot. Again, folks, I don't know why it's freezing. I think it's Google Chrome, but yeah, he's just screaming Marco, and then the cheering section says Polo, and the guy missed the foul shot. It worked.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One more fun video before we get into a serious topic, and then we'll watch the display of your son. Lacrosse fake of the century. This is going to piss me off that it's freezing tonight. Again, my internet is fast as F right now, so it can't be that. I think it's the browser. But this is awesome if we can watch it. Let's see. So these guys pass each other. He does not have the ball. The ball is in the net right now. You can't see it.
Oh, that was the old, yep. Oh, yep. The old,
watch.
That's an amazing trick. That's amazing.
So the ball is in right there, is in the net.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. I saw another, I've seen that trick done before. And it's absolutely amazing.
You've seen that before?
Yeah, but not the same video, but it is a fake. That's something that's you can throw them off. I've seen several different times in the last couple weeks. Yep.
I saw that Falcon, I saw that today, and I'm like, that is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, dude. It even happened in a just recently in a what's the one that Michael Carvelis, I believe, covers. I believe it happened in box
Whoa, whoa,
recently.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You don't know?
The Daily
Uh-oh.
Dive.
That's his show name.
What's the problem?
What's the league that he covers?
I don't remember what it's called.
You just said it just happened in the league he covers, and I said, "What does he cover?" And you said the Daily Dive, which is his show name.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
It's the professional indoor lacrosse league. It's box lacrosse. It's the National Box Lacrosse League, right, or whatever.
This is awesome. It's the National Lacrosse League. Yes.
NLL. Then there's the PLL, which is the field lacrosse outdoors.
Yes. Do you know? Do you know what league we've partnered with 12 Ounce Sports?
The Montana one, because we're good with that, and then there's a
aside
Colorado
from that,
one.
yeah,
Then there's a Colorado one, right?
The Box Lacrosse League, yes, sir. Okay,
yeah, right. Am I right?
Yeah. So you saw one of these in the National Lacrosse League just recently?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So again, it was either that or it was D1 field lacrosse. It was one of those two. It was like a big one, like Syracuse or Duke or North Carolina. It was a big school. It was either a big school or professional. So
I thought, okay, so you said it was either that professional league or Division I college. But then you said it was either a big school, and I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, or a small school. It's like just covering all your bases.
I wouldn't do that. Or maybe a small one.
Maybe it wasn't lacrosse. I don't.
Yeah, it could have been, I don't know, cricket.
All right.
Oh, hit it through the wicket.
One serious topic, then we'll let you play your video of your son, and then we'll call it quits. Maybe a hair early than we expected, but this might take some time. Pete Rose's ban might be lifted. The commissioner's thinking about it. Is this too little, too late? Is it a bad idea, or is it just the right amount of time? Before you answer, I would like to say Michael Carvelis, we keep mentioning him, but he is very active on 12 Ounce Sports. From his personal account, and I don't agree with this take, full disclosure, but he thinks this is Major League Baseball pissing on the grave of Pete Rose, waiting till he was dead to finally lift this. I don't think they thought it through like that. I think maybe at the very least, Michael was right in the sense that they probably thought, well, he's dead now, we can lift the ban. I don't think they did it to kind of stick it to him, though. What do you think?
I don't know, dude. I mean, they've been pretty adamant about this shit, right? So, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
it was just more of he died now. He died without the satisfaction of knowing that, he made it into the Hall of Fame. Let's let him in now. We'll do it based on his career, but with an asterisk saying, he gambled.
I'm going to maybe take an unpopular opinion here, but for starters, he did something very wrong. And they're cracking down on players now because of all these gambling services partnering with leagues.
Yep.
There's been several NBA players we've talked about on this show that are in some serious heat, banned for life. Porter Jr., I think, from the Trailblazers is banned from the NBA for life for gambling. No league has ever been lenient on fixing games, gambling against the games that you're involved in, and Pete Rose was the manager. You could make the argument, the moral argument, well, these leagues employ wife beaters, allegedly, people that assisted in murders. I mean,
well, hey, now, if I recall, and again, my mind might be a little bit off. If I recall, when he did bet on the Reds, he never bet for them to lose. He always bet for them to win.
It doesn't matter.
I understand that, right? I understand that, but all I'm saying is, if that is a fact, all I'm saying is, if that is,
how do we know that's a fact? Are you making that up?
I'm just telling you. I remember that as part of a story. I said I could be completely wrong, and I could be remembering wrong, but that's how I remember it. And again, I'm not saying not guilty. I'm just saying, like, maybe they gave him a longer ban, but maybe right before he died, at least, like, maybe reconsidered it for real, just so he could have had something at the very end of his life.
Well, here's the thing. The only person that ever said Pete Rose never bet on the Reds to lose was Pete Rose. That was like 25 years after he got caught betting. He said he wrote a book. I'm reading it right now, and
Okay.
it's not that I.
It's not that I could be wrong. No, I said I could be wrong, and you proved me wrong.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the case. For years, he said he didn't do it. And then when he finally fessed up to it, he said, well, I never bet against the Reds. So you take that with a grain of salt right there. Right? And let's say he did only bet on the Reds to win. It doesn't make the crime go away. He was still, but and he had inside information. He would know, oh, this guy's really healthy, or he's really ready to go today. Like, he didn't bet every game, so he did have some kind of inside information. So it's almost like fixing. I understand it's not the same as, like, I can't remember the college basketball team that got busted many years ago, where they were throwing games on purpose.
And again, I said I didn't say full. I'm just saying, like, I just think maybe that's something they could have considered. Is that would have been something I would have been okay with. Maybe in his late 70s or whatever he was, like 4 years before he died, maybe he just said something like, okay, let's at least reconsider it, because maybe this is okay. That's
now,
all I'm saying.
There's other people that are mad that he's now going to maybe have his ban lifted, not only because of the gambling, but also because at one point in his career, he was sleeping with a minor. So now people are saying, Now people are saying he may have been one of the greatest baseball players ever, but he was a trash human. Not only was he betting on games he was a player manager for, but he was also a pedophile. I mean, allegedly. I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying what the reports are. He was with a woman that I think he eventually was in a long-term relationship with, but he started the relationship when she was like 14 or 15.
Hey.
So there's people that are mad that this ban's being lifted. I think what's happening is baseball said, this was one of the greatest players ever. We don't have him in our hall. He's dead, so he's never going to have, the whatever you want to call it, pride or like,
satisfaction of.
Yeah.
So
I think, in my opinion, I think it's a bad idea. I don't think there's pure intentions of lifting the ban. I think this is a calculated move by the Major League Baseball Association. And maybe Michael's right. I don't think they're pissing on his grave. I think they're trying to. Michael's taking a different stance. He thinks Major League Baseball is sticking it to Pete Rose by putting him in the Hall of Fame, which makes zero sense. You're not sticking it to somebody by putting them in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I think Major League Baseball is trying to make themselves look good by putting them in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's credible. I agree with that.
All right, good sir. I'm sure we'll talk after the show. Stay backstage. I'm gonna, we'll be online later on some gaming systems. I'll be in your house tomorrow night rooting on the Salem Rocks. But go ahead and play your video. I'll play it out. We'll play the our bumper music, and then I'll see you backstage. What just happened? Thursday's the new Friday. Is he ready? Uh-oh.
Can you see it?
No. Did you hit present at the bottom? What were you hitting?
Hold on. I got it. Now can you see it?
Yes, you're going to have to bring it to the stage.
How do I do that?
I got you. Play it.
Just on my thing, just hit play.
Yep.
Now here, listen up.
And this is great TV. It's not going to want to play. I think your internet's struggling. Is what's going on.
Bus. Well,
Why
what just happened?
What just happened? Just we'll make a YouTube short for it.
Here.
Oh, that went great.
There you go. Look, I put the link up there, and now you can do it locally.
What'd you say?
You can do it locally now. You know, I just put the link in the chat. Do it on your local browser. Go in a minute 30, and there you go.
Damn it, the show's over, folks. We'll post it on our YouTube.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap.